see you. Scott Brooks, early in his comments, you came up and he said he wanted us to do a favor, tell you you have the greenest of green lights, and to take as many threes as possible. And I'm not joking. So
word? Say no more. No, I talked to Coach earlier, and that's definitely going to be a goal of mine. This would be ultra aggressive, and I think it's best for the team, best for me, to put out that effort to be more involved and kind of be like Klay Thompson and take my shots. I'm very confident in that. I mean, and I'm going to instill that in every game.
Part of what makes your game interesting, though, is you've been a team guy. Even going back to Georgetown, you filled in whatever gaps were needed. You didn't always necessarily have to take all the shots. So was it just a switch that you can flip? Is it something you worked on this summer to be more aggressive?
I wouldn't say it's a switch, but I have been working on that all summer. With my coaches, seeing what I can do personally to get better as far as being also aggressive in areas to attack, when not to. So it's definitely something that I've been working on since Coach Brooks got here. So,
how do you manufacture more opportunities to shoot the three? I know Scott Brooks was saying that most teams in the NBA shoot 40% from the corner three, and that seems to be a sweet spot for you on the floor. Mm-hmm. How do you manufacture more opportunities for yourself to get to that spot?
I think biggest thing for me is running the floor. When we get stops, get out and fill the lanes. John does a really good job of, attacking the paint, and, you have to have guys filling the lanes. And I think that's where I got majority of my shots. But I see where I can get more. And also just relocating. I think that's a big thing for me, instead of standing in one spot, but always continue to move. Or, coming off screens. I think it's a big thing for me.
Otto, I think that the term 3-and-D player is kind of the hot term in the NBA right now. Do you consider yourself to be a 3-and-D player, and what kind of improvements do you think you can have on the defensive end? And do you think that making first-team all-defense is a goal of yours?
I consider myself a ball player instead of a 3-and-D guy. I think being versatile in this league, you're going to have to play three, and you're going to have to defend. There's too many guys in my position that are very good. So I think for me to be out on the floor, I'm going to have to defend. That's what I did coming into the league, was I had to defend. For me, it's just about being aggressive offensively and defensively. So I think that'll help me throughout my career.
Hey, Otto. I think this is your 6th media day, maybe. Is that right? Sound right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like a veteran? Do you still feel like a young guy?
No, I'm definitely a veteran.
And I guess, what advice do you for the rookies that are coming in, like Troy Brown? What advice do you have for them, and what do you say to them coming into their rookie season?
I told them, I said, hey, enjoy this process. It's a long day. But I think he's definitely mature for his age. Kind of remind me of myself when I came into. One advice that I did give him was, always continue to work and try to learn. Be a sponge, soak it all up while you can. And I think that's a big thing that he took with him, and he's always asking questions and things like that. So.
What does he bring to the team? I guess, how would you describe
he brings, size. He's 6'7" with good size. He's very versatile, and he knows the game, and he plays it the right way. So for him, it's definitely going to be interesting, to see him develop into the player that he'll become.
Otto, this summer, what did you exactly work on? If you could elaborate about that, because I know in the past you said, I've gained weight and I've done some things to improve my game. What did you do specifically this summer?
Specifically this summer, I watched tons of film. Thing that I did with a couple of my coaches. I worked on my 3-ball. Got to keep that consistently, to make sure it felt right. and defense. I think that was a big thing for me, was learning how to guard on the ball, take my angles, able to master that. I studied Kawhi Leonard a lot on the angles he took. Very, very strategic, about what his movements were. He never seemed tired, so I was able to get in a lot of shape this summer because it's a lot of games, and I wanted to be in the best shape as possible. So.
And can you just speak to her about like Dwight Howard and how do you feel your game is impacted by his presence as well?
I think not only my game, but I think the whole team is definitely going to be impacted. We all know what type of player he is. His presence on the court, in the paint is huge for us. Especially we want to get out and run and get to the corners. While he's running the lane, a lot of things are open up. Especially when we put him in pick and rolls with John. Those two can create so much for themselves and for everybody else on the court. So he's very key for us and for our success. To where we want to get to.
She mentioned, gaining weight, adding muscle. How has that process gone for you over the course of your career, and what has kind of changed about how you try to change from a physical standpoint?
You definitely want to continue to get stronger. For me, growing into my body has been key for me. Each year I've been able to put on weight and just learn more about my body as possible. Coming off an injury, I was, rehabbing and working out all summer. I definitely felt like I got stronger, even though I came off an injury, and that's always been a goal for mine.
You mentioned just kind of trying to be more aggressive as a shooter, scorer, that kind of stuff. How do you push yourself into that mindset? Like, can you do that in practice, or do you have to experience it in games?
I think I came off this summer already trying to do that. Pushing myself to be more aggressive, pushing myself to learn how to do that, without altering anything that we do on the court, and I've heard all summer from my teammates, we need you to be more aggressive. So I took that into consideration of, working on moves, go-to moves, things that I can do to, separate myself to be a great basketball player.
And when you say aggressive, do you mean just like having the ball and making a decisive move or shot or something like that, or are you including off-ball stuff?
Being aggressive means going out there and knowing that I can make mistakes and learn to get better.
Otto, you said you watched a lot of film and stuff. In that film study, can you see and pinpoint different areas where maybe you had an open shot and you bypassed it, and in the future you'd want to take that shot?
No, nothing like that. It's more of, creating things when it's not there, or creating for my teammates. Coming off pick and roll and reading the defense in terms of, I can take that shot, or, end of quarter situations, coach run a play and if I can take a guy, do it, instances like that. All right, appreciate it.